Silence fills the air in the Ironwood Company fort as a quiet courtyard assembly observes the execution of the Viper Koko Silkweather. Arnor's blood-stained axe stuck in the ground beside her lifeless corpse.
Kai is going to shake her head slightly at this and look down and realize that the wolves, the group, doesn't have what it takes to get things done. And she could have stopped this herself, she realizes, but she didn't.
Fatima is unimpressed by what occurred. She has no real reaction. Personally, she wasn't a huge fan of Koko, so upon seeing the head roll, she kind of shrugs and turns away, honestly.
Finn, finding himself kind of next to where Sirocco is, and therefore Lady Asana, he just gives a short little spit on the ground, kind of shakes his head, and then he'll turn to walk back towards the common area, the main hall of this fort, and as he's passing by, he'll just lightly put a hand on Yasana's shoulder and just say, "I'm sorry," and then keep on going.
As Finn is turning around and he stops by Yasana, I'll say he spies on Sirocco's face just the smallest hint of relief. And then Sirocco shakes his head as if this whole thing was rather distasteful. And he will turn to Kai and he will say, "Lady Kai, perhaps it would do us both some good to get some fresh air. If you would like to accompany me outside the walls of this fort."
Sounds like just what we need. And she'll accompany Sirocco outside the fort.
Bread is very careful not to look away from any of this and to take in all that is happening. And then I think just heaves kind of a beleaguered sigh, like one more for the tally, like one more life on my hands, and this is what it is.
Kel is towards the back of the group, and she was kind of up towards the front before the execution started, and as things were starting to proceed, she stepped back towards the edge, and for anyone who takes a look at her, she closes her eyes before the moment of impact, so she doesn't actually see anything, and she lowers her head, and for anyone who looks close enough, her mouth is moving, and it almost looks like she's praying, and then she lifts her head back up and walks inside without a word.
Arnor, after having swung the axe, is going to grip the axe closer towards the head and look to Iris, lock eyes, and then nod at her and make his way down to go into the common area / clean the blade.
She'll nod and watch you go. As Kai and Sirocco move outside the gates, stroll around this little perimeter path, you're not in earshot of really anyone else outside of the intermittent patrol, a guard or two that will nod as you pass. And you hear the sounds, lively sounds, of people at work within the fort return to the courtyard just a minute or two after your departure.
It is a terrible feeling, is it not, Lady Kai, to feel powerless?
She'll look at him rather puzzled and will say, "Powerless? Do you think that is what happened there, Sirocco?" "No, I don't feel powerless at all. But it is apparent to me that some in our company, well, let's just say, are unwilling to get their hands a little dirty."
After that display, I would have said the opposite. Perhaps there are those in our company who are willing to get their hands dirty, as you say. Unless there is a different dirt that you speak of. Tell me, Lady Kai, what exactly would you have done if it is true that you yourself are not powerless to change what happened?
Hey, Sirocco, does it really matter at all?
I think it does. While Koko's death, perhaps through some twist or turn of events, could have been prevented, it was not. But I am more interested in what is yet to come. And I am more interested in where exactly your loyalties lie.
And she'll smile at this and will slowly return back to the conversation with Sirocco and will say, "Sirocco, we've known each other for what, a year? But not well enough to know that if I want something, I'm gonna get it, no matter the cost."
You say you get what you want, but it seems to me that you wanted Koko's life spared. So either you do not always get what you want,
or you are not always willing to do something to get what you want, or you did not want it in the first place. I am sorry. That is,
Accusatory, Sadako?
I am not accusing you of anything, but I would be lying if I said I was not tired of the cat and the mouse, perhaps, of you playing coy. So with that in mind, let me be frank. I think that perhaps your goals and mine are not so misaligned, and we could help each other. But if you do not let me know what direction these goals lie, then I will never know if we were meant to be allies or, well, otherwise.
You want me to be frank, Sadako? I'll be frank with you. It appears that this lot hasn't changed at all. Completely powerless. And Sadako, I'm almost offended that you have to ask. It seems, Sadako, that perhaps we are aligned in what we want. And I agree that you're the only one who can help me do it. But, Sadako, before I reveal that to you, you have to make me a promise. You asked me before where my loyalties lie. You, of all people, should know, Sadako, that my loyalties lie with whoever can help me get to my goals. Wouldn't you agree?
Indeed, I would. But I am curious as to what exactly those goals might be.
Sadako, do you believe in redemption?
There is a saying in Tela, the serpent that sheds its skin is a serpent still. Redemption? Well, I believe people believe they can change. But whether or not a serpent can shed its skin and become something else, of that I am not so sure.
Inside the fort, the atmosphere seems to have returned, quite frankly, to normal. The sounds of work in the courtyard and even the common area resume mere minutes after the execution has taken place. Some guards attend to Koko's body, bringing her outside to presumably bury or burn. As the guards that brought her out from the prison return upstairs with Iris. But before they leave entirely, Iris will stop by wherever Arnor has deposited himself in the commons. Say, "You did good. I will relay this to Hector. I'm positive. He will be proud of you."
Was there any doubt?
From Hector? No. Never in his star people. Your squad's track record is impressive enough, each of you on your own merits, but I will be looking forward to see how you can deliver the traitor Saya Flint to us next.
Well, if she is indeed halting the company's exploits, then it shouldn't be too long till we find her.
I have some leads I would like you to pursue already. I will assemble them, and then perhaps following the evening meal, you and yours, we can all meet up and decide your next steps. In the meantime, I will look into requisitions, what we can manage here and what perhaps we can procure from the mainland. And she'll take her leave.
Arnor will just nod and go back to his own business.
I will say Bread will have hung around to heal Arnor if Arnor is interested in that.
Yeah, it would have been pretty easy to find him. He would have just been cleaning and maintaining the axe, so it doesn't go to waste.
Bread can attend to Arnor's wounds. This will take some time so you can have a conversation while it's going, and that'll be 2 difficulty, Laurel.
Okay. That is 3 success, 4 advantage, so I think that's heal 7.
Yup.
So, Bread, how are you feeling about the events of this morning?
It's kind of a big question. Responsible. How's that?
Fair enough. I don't think any of us were too keen on seeing Koko go, but it is what was asked of us from the company. So yes, responsible in whatever sense. But, to be honest, I don't know why it would feel any different than any other one. Perhaps I got a little more connected than I thought I did. But that is now in the past. I guess are things well for you. I know that you did some light explanation of events concerning the prince and knowing where to go. Anything that I should know?
Bread hesitates, and it's a very, heavy silence of, I don't even know where to begin of how to tell you all of the things that have happened. And he will let out, a heavy breath and shake his head. There are things going on. Arnor, that are beyond any of our comprehension. And I know that that's the same crock of shit that the Vipers have been feeding us from the beginning, and I'm sick of hearing it, and I'm sure you are too, but truthfully, I don't even think we've scratched the tip of the iceberg here.
I don't think secrets do anybody good. Let's just hope we find out the truth before it's too late.
I'll say this. What I'm dealing with, I'm given to believe that every one of us is dealing with in a different way, and I don't mean that by extension of dealing with me.
I'll take your word for it, as he doesn't really know what you're dealing with, but...
Yeah. As much as I think it would benefit us to put everything on the table and look honestly at the hands we've been dealt and try to make a fair play after that, I don't think that most of the people here are going to put everything on the table.
I think what you say is very much true. I don't think anybody is quite willing to share everything that they have, but I will let you know this. I have never withheld anything from you all, and I never will.
You're a better man than we are, Arnor.
I don't think being a better man has anything to do with it. It's just how I am.
You actually hear a scoff from behind the pair of you as you're sitting and talking, as you see Isana pass by, eyes a little red, jaw clenched, and say, "Quite the claim." And she'll just look between Bread and Arnor, eyes a little manic, a little wide, and then she'll stomp off.
If there's something you'd like to express, Yusana, you can.
She'll turn on her heel and take a singular step toward the two of you. "I perhaps believe a better man would not have swung the axe in the first place."
Do you believe then that Koko was not guilty of the crime she was accused of?
Guilt. Blame. You believe, then, Bread, is it? You believe that these things help anyone in the end?
No, I don't. But those who are deciding who is guilty and who is innocent are usually the ones swinging the axe. I wasn't keen to have my neck on the chopping block today.
I shall keep that in mind for, well, whatever future predicaments we find ourselves in, that the limit of your principles end so far as self-preservation.
You make a good point. I was indeed the person who swung the axe, but I did have a moment to talk with Koko, and I don't know if it would help you at all, but I intend to keep the promise that I made to her, to help Alicia and protect her.
And she'll look at Arnor and say, "Well, I hope to whatever damnable deities you pray to, you do." And then she'll look at Bread, just give a little smile and say, "Whatever helps you sleep at night." And she'll turn.
Brett has words for her, but he'll keep them to himself. It's not going to improve their relationship.
After the wolves enjoy their evening meal with the rest of the fort, and you are summoned to Iris's company back in the planning, briefing room, what have you, that's been made up on the second floor, Aiden will actually stop Kel before you leave the commons and motion you over to speak with him in a small alcove just off to the side as you see the rest of your party filter upstairs. He kind of just shakes his head a little. Kel, look, I know you've done things since joining this company. You've taken lives. But you can't honestly believe what we saw today was justice in any way, do you?
There's like the smallest uptick of the corner of her mouth, but it's not happy, it's mean. She looks at Aiden. She kind of tilts her head just a little bit. She says, "For as long as you've known me, look me in my eyes and tell me that you think that I think this was the way things should have gone today."
Why didn't you do a bloody thing to stop it?
What did you want me to do, Aiden? Do you want me to run up there and stop them right in front of all of those people watching? Do you want me to sneak her out in the middle of the night, past her armed guards, kill all of them, get her out of here? Do you want me to distract Iris so everyone could make a plan? What did you want me to do?
Did you not get my message while you were in Aiden's Silk?
I did. And we're dealing with it. We're trying to deal with it. We're dealing with a lot right now. You don't know the half of it, and I'm sure I don't know the half of what you're talking about. There's a lot going on. I'm doing the best I can.
All I'm saying is, today it's Koko. Tomorrow it could be one of you. And if I'll be speaking truthfully, Lyra, I don't think that Arnor fellow would have any qualms resting your head or anyone else's on that chopping block.
I don't know. You might be right. I will take your caution as if you are right, but I don't know. There's a lot of things I don't know. I'm figuring that out one by one. I got this whole group of people that are falling apart at the seams, and I'm trying to hold them together as best as I can. But there's only so much that I can do. We're a bunch of messed up people trying to do messed up things, trying to play like heroes, but we're not. And I've made a lot of choices I regret. And I'm sure I'll make more that I will regret even more. And this might be one of them. I didn't want Koko to die, I'll tell you that much. And I thought about going down there and trying to get her out in the middle of the night. And I thought about how we could stop it and how we could make changes and how we could plead or beg. But there are battles to be picked. I picked my side, and I'm still standing here because of the side that I picked. And I'm sorry if that makes you look at me differently. But if I had chose differently, I might not be here.
His eyes seem a little distant, a little clouded, as if past really a certain point, he only heard the faintest whispers of what you said, and as his eyes flit down and up and back to you, he just takes a little step back, moving to go, and says, "Gods above, you still think you're playing the hero?"
Aiden, I had never once thought in my life that I was playing the hero.
Then maybe choose your words more carefully next time. And he'll just motion behind him and then up the stairs. You better go. You'll be late with your meeting with the Empress. And he'll give a bow and piss off.
Kel heads upstairs.
Last to enter then, Iris will just give you a kind of scathing look as you sit at the table with everyone else.
Kel doesn't even look at her. She just sits straight down.
Fatima has also been asked to attend. Looking at the wolves each in turn, Iris says, "First and foremost, I would like to express my thanks and Hector's appreciation for your performance today and in Aiden Silk. You did your duties admirably, and it is one less viper to worry about, spreading chaos on Viridian. Unfortunately, we have more to clean up, but before we get on to the matter at hand, Saya Flint, a question that we were not able to broach yesterday in great detail. So, I must ask of you all, who is this woman? Why is she here? And what should I do with her?"
I don't see any reason that you have to ask anyone else. I'm more than happy to tell you. My name is Fatima Alvelo. Why am I here? Well, this group of people has what I believe to be the appropriate skills required to achieve my goals. What you should do with me? Well, I would recommend personally that you just honestly ignore me. I don't see any reason that I should try to interrupt your plans. I'm more than happy to accompany this group as long as it takes for me to, die. I feel that if you try to do anything else, it's likely that here in about 200, maybe 250 years, my life will go on and yours will have unfortunately ended. So I don't see why we can't just be friends.
The name Alvelo carries some weight here, does it not?
Depending on who you speak with, I do happen to know quite a few people, and many who I don't know personally know of me.
And this company has promised you a release.
I wouldn't go so far as promised. I believe I've promised them a significant reward if they have managed to achieve this release for me, but of my recent research among the more, how could I put it? There's a very fine line I walk between trying to find someone who has the skills I need and also the freedom to do what they will. Currently, these wolves are really my best shot.
Until that time and place that they accomplish your task, from what I have heard of their reports, I do not believe we should waste your talents. I would humbly request that you serve as a, perhaps diplomatic attaché to this group, in order to help them further relations with the peoples of Viridian.
I'd quite like the ring of that, Iris. I do think that would be a wonderful arrangement for us.
Please keep in mind that this does not make you a member of the Ironwork Company in anything but name.
Well, I am happy to assist them. I do not want to involve myself in the, how to put what I believe your current plans to be directly, political posturing of certain groups.
Then with that settled, we shall move on. First order of business. In each of your rooms, you will find, as you return there tonight, a requisition form. Turn these into me before you retire, and I will see that whatever equipment you are in need of, I will attempt to procure before your departure on the morrow. That really does nicely into point 2. Tomorrow, you will take your assorted steeds and head east The woman that you obtained from Aiden Selk will accompany you as a guide. The exact location of Saya Flint is, as of now, unknown to us. However, we believe that she has plans to disrupt a certain operation in the Heartland. I will provide you with a rendezvous point tomorrow morning, and as of that time, you will then meet up with a agent of mine, lie in wait for Saya to attack, apprehend her, and bring her back here. Any questions?
One question from me. You mentioned the woman we brought back from Eden Silk. Do you refer to Valicia or to Lady Asana?
Lady Asana will, for the time being, be confined to the fort, as she also assists in establishing more diplomatic relations with the factions of Viridian. I am referring in this case to Valicia.
Then we'll just nod.
I suppose it is better to get this out of the way. What do you all know about Valicia? Who she is, where she comes from?
I believe, as the saying goes, we know the goose's egg. Nothing.
I love that.
Iris just looks at Sirocco like, what the absolute fuck? But then she turns to the rest of the group. As far as we know, Valicia is the product of human and local breeding, so we think. Obviously, I have not the time to press her on the details, nor has she been particularly forthcoming. No doubt, you will encounter the local population, one of them, on this mission. And she kind of pinches up her face as if she's debating exactly how much she's going to give away at this present time. And then she'll sigh and relax and say, and you will cross that bridge when you come to it.
Right, just like we cross every other bridge when we come to it.
More like blow the bridge up.
I would agree with that.
I'd prefer if you come across any infrastructure on this case that it remains intact.
Then perhaps you should tell us exactly what kind of infrastructure we're dealing with.
You must understand, Bread, I am working under my own limitations here.
Bread will roll his eyes and shake his head like, I hate you. Like, you hate us. The reason we are so ineffective is because of you. Like, he is so fed up.
She'll cock her head to the side as you roll your eyes, and she'll say, no, please, why don't you be more upfront with your feelings?
Oh, have I not made it clear enough yet that I don't like you or trust you, or think that you're useful at all?
I understand that I may seem limited in my capabilities, but rest assured that in my pointing you in the right direction, I am doing all I can to ensure your success and survival. I am bound, Bread, by various standing orders that go above and beyond my station.
I don't doubt that you are, and I don't take back a word I said.
I'm glad we got that settled.
Thank you, Arnor.
Iris grinds her teeth. Any other questions?
Not a question, but okay, kind of a question. There is currently, to my knowledge, in Eden Silk, 5 creations of my design at a local artificer. They provide devices of industrial scale for the...
I'm aware of what an artificer is, Finn.
No, more to give you the particular location. Though that being said, these devices are quite potent in their capacity to maintain a stable amount of void within them.
And what purpose was they made?
They were made for the intent of our own protection, should any of these Vipers who have already demonstrated various abilities of wielding void, and should they be turned against us. But only one was able to be produced prior to this party in Eden Silk. It was, however, consumed in the destruction that led to the, well, whatever happened to the palace.
Saya Flint is a beastmaster and a savage fighter. She does not employ the use of void magics in her attacks, should you come to blows. Provide me with the name of this artificer and we will retrieve the devices.
Many thanks.
While you're there, it could be beneficial to recover my shield. Not necessarily for myself, but if it were to fall into the wrong hands, with my now knowledge of what it symbolizes, it could be troublesome.
Yes, I suppose it could, especially on the advent of the prince's death and the princess disappearing. The populace of Aiden will be looking for a scapegoat. Very well. I will dispatch a team to attempt to retrieve your positions, honors, and the rest of yours. Are there any other questions?
I believe we're all good, ma'am.
Very well. As stated, please fill out these requisition forms of what equipment you acquire, and I will do my best overnight to procure them. Please hand those in by midnight at the latest. You are all dismissed, except Bread.
Great. You got in trouble.
Fire me, baby.
Finn is out of there.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say, all of us.
As everyone else filters out of the meeting room, Bread, by order of Iris, stays behind. As their footsteps recede, she'll just level her gaze at you and say, "Neither of us must pretend to enjoy the other's company. But I'm sure you, Bread, of all people, appreciate the value of secrecy. Am I incorrect in assuming so?
I think he just shrugs.
Then understand this. Behind every bit of information I choose to share with you, I must weigh the possibility of compromising not only my safety, but also the well-being of you and yours, and any Ironwork Company personnel you interact with in the field. Do you think that muscle forms the backbone of this company? Perhaps gold? No, it is information, Bread. I do not doubt that Hector knows things that could topple the compact overnight. Are these things you think that any grunt in our ranks should be entrusted with?
Do you take us for grunts, ma'am?
No, I do not take you for grunts. I take you for competent individuals who can get a job done, knowing what that job is and knowing what you must accomplish.
That's the thing, though, is that I don't think we know what the job is, not really. Maybe you don't either. That's fine. We know what we've been told to do. That's about it.
I've told you, you will embed yourself within another cell in the heartlands of Viridian. Saya will attack you, according to our information, and you will retrieve her. You learned what you needed to learn from Koko, did you not? And if you have any lingering questions, no doubt this Valicia will prove a bountiful font of knowledge for your cause. You have an entire day's ride ahead of you. Surely that will afford you the time for more than a few questions for her. Questions that perhaps she can answer, questions that may incriminate others. And she'll vaguely motion to herself and then to you.
Brett is not going to breathe a word of the conversation that he has already had with Valicia. So, you do take my meaning then, that the overall picture, the actual goal, or small cog in a big machine.
I'll put it as plainly as I can to you, Brand. You are hunting the Vipers because they know too much. One might think, given that fact, you might even thank me for your ignorance, lest someone greater than either of us decide that you too knew too much.
I think it's sort of inevitable, Iris, that we will learn too much in the course of this. Maybe we already have.
And do you think it is not within my best interest to delay that moment until the last possible second?
Oh no, I think that there's a reason that somebody brought all of us together. There's a reason that we've been given this task specifically. And I don't doubt that whoever that is wants you and that you want to keep us alive as long as possible in order to execute that task that they have in mind. I don't think it's about camaraderie or care. I don't think you give a rat's ass about my life.
Are you expecting a straightforward answer here?
No. I don't expect straightforward answers from anybody.
She'll lean forward a little, putting, like one hand against her temple and rubbing, sighing. I do care about each of you. It is in my best interest that you stay alive for as long as possible. It is in your best interest that I stay alive for as long as possible. And unfortunately, as things go, the less I divulge, the longer that is. It is not an ideal arrangement, but if I told you everything I knew, everything that I think the Vipers knew, and then she'll look at you quite solidly and say, I will be punished for saying this, but Hector knows everything that I tell you. And perhaps now you can understand, Brett, why I say what I say, how I say it. and you will not be so insubordinate in the future with that in mind.
Bread will contemplate this a little, somewhat cheekily. His expression is not one of like, oh yeah, I totally get it. I understand 100%. I'm sympathetic to your cause. It's like, okay. Sure. It's kind of the vibes that he's giving off. Do you really think, Iris, that me rolling my eyes at you is the biggest of your troubles when it comes to the wolves?
Do you have something perhaps I do not know to share?
Not to share. No. What's the purpose of this meeting? What's the purpose pulling me aside? What do you want from me? You want me to smile and shake your hand? Be on your team?
You are on my team, Brad, whether you like it or not.
He tilts his head at her with this kind of like, oh, I don't know about that kind of face. Like, you and I both know that that's probably not true.
But he doesn't say anything to that effect.
No. I think that the intent is very clear. It's kind of like, oh, Iris, you don't believe that. Like, we can play, we can pretend, but you know. I think after giving that look, though, he will say, I've been with the company for a handful of months, and frankly, you don't know who I am. And if you do, then that's all the more reason for me not to trust you.
Strange, don't you think? So new to the company, yet put in this operation in an illustrious position, no doubt. You knew the Vipers before coming here? Any of them? Any previous relations? Perhaps a conversation in the halls?
By reputation, in passing, not by personal acquaintance.
Queer then, wouldn't you say, how much they too knew about you?
Is that a line of inquiry that you're able to divulge? Or should we just stop this conversation here before I roll my eyes again?
Oh, no. I simply wish to know your impression of the late Koko Silkweather. She was possessed of a great deal of information concerning yourself and other things.
I'm aware. She wouldn't tell me where she got it.
Unfortunate then that line of questioning dies with her.
Oh, perhaps that's by intention.
Are you insinuating something, Brett?
Would you like me to state it outright?
You're dismissed for now. But I would warn you. The other members of the party, your little band here, I don't think they are as warm to you as you think they are.
Did you think I thought they were warm to me?
I think you thought they saw you as useful, and no doubt you are. But do you believe they would lay down their life for you, should it come to that?
No. Why should they?
Would you not do the same for them?
I think that does take him back. Like, I don't know that he has really considered that before. And I think in many ways it is a very appealing idea to him to, like, die in the process of saving someone else. But I don't think that he knows the answer to that question. I don't think he likes that he doesn't know. We're not friends, Iris. Me and the wolves, we're barely colleagues. And, they know explicitly that I'm not to be trusted. And I do think that sort of in the same vein of whatever it is, that whoever is your keeper is my keeper too, is keeping me here. As long as I'm useful, I have a place. And as soon as I'm a threat, I'm dead.
Then I would simply say this, Brett. Perhaps in your future interactions with the wolves as well, play up this useful part of yourself, and perhaps keep the threat a little more buried.
He tilts his head at her in a sort of like, what do you know of the threat kind of look.
She doesn't say a word.
Why should I be taking advice from you?
As I already mentioned, it is in your best interest. If I get what I want, well, you keep going. You get what you want.
What is it you think I want?
What indeed? Do you expect me to give an answer for that? Would you appreciate one?
I mean, to be honest, Iris, I would. Because this back and forth bullshit, I get that you're under, wraps to some degree. That you can't just say what you want to say. That you have standing orders. That Hector knows everything you say. Fine. But that's exactly what I'm tired of. And if you thought that this conversation was going to result in me rolling over and showing you my belly and asking for pets, ain't gonna happen.
Perhaps one that simply has a glance at you, Brad, may say that you have some altruistic goal, that you seek the betterment of the world, the well-being of its common folk. For else why would you accept bread as payment instead of money? That is the little legend you have put forth about yourself, no? However, when one truly observes, I think instead they may find a more selfish goal behind your eyes. Perhaps not so base as simple power or knowledge, but do not fool me. And do not fool yourself into believing that you do not put on the air of one who seeks after forbidden things. Whether that is to bolster your own standing or not is irrelevant. It is a simple pursuit that you seek. I'll tell you this now, Brad. It will not end well for you, if that's what you want. If the lure of void proves too strong for you, one may find himself consumed by it. And that, the way she emphasizes that word, almost unconsciously sparks the memory of what Valicia was telling you and Kel the night before. Specifically about Kel being kind of fattened up, as it were, with void for consumption.
Is it evident to Bread that she says it that way intentionally? Or is it just that those dots connect for him?
Roll vigilance.
Oh, geez Louise. Well, I don't think there's anything I can roll here.
What'd you get, Laurel?
Middle finger from my 2 dice. 1 advantage.
Iris got 4 success, 3 advantage, 1 triumph. Pure happenstance, serendipity that she said it how she said it. It's there, jogged in your memory, but you wouldn't attribute it to any sort of malicious intent.
Right, so I'm just going to operate under the assumption that you do know exactly who I am. And if that's the case, then you and I both know that that's already happened. Not to say it can't happen again. Just that, I don't know, trying to frighten me with talk of what lies down the path of research and curiosity is a little bit of a moot point these days.
One would think a better soul would seek redemption.
I thought I was, to be honest.
And now?
I don't know. Now I think I'm in some deep shit.
Of that we can most certainly agree.
Oh, look at that. Getting along. Finally. Just what you wanted.
Exactly. Brad, this has been enlightening, but I am afraid the requisition forms are probably already piling up on my desk and I must attend to them. Do not forget to hand in your own before you retire for the night. And should you deign to wander, please keep your midnight strolls inside the fort's perimeters. We wouldn't want you stumbling over any fresh graves.
He gives her this expression of, like, almost manic enjoyment and amusement at this whole conversation, and gets up and will give her, like, a very, for Bread, flowery, like, bow, like, tip of the hat. And he will grab a requisition form and go to the door and sort of do another flowery bow and say, "Yes, ma'am."
Kel fills out the requisition form and brings it to Iris within like an hour before midnight. And I'll say that she spends the rest of her night sequestered away unless anyone is going to try to speak to her. She is in her room for the rest of the night and does not come out apart from bringing the requisition form to Iris and going back to her room. And that's it for her.
Sorako, requisition form in hand, is going to scurry on off to wherever Finn has secluded himself.
In his tower.
And he will give some hard raps on Finn's door. Finn, are you in there?
Ugh. Then you just hear reluctant footsteps and then clicking of locks, and the door creaks open. Yes, Sorako, what do you want?
We are in possession of these requisition forms, and so I think perhaps now may be a good time for me to tell you a small idea I have, and you can requisition the appropriate pieces for that. You are aware of the flash bomb that you have made in the past, yes?
Yes.
Now, perhaps on your requisition form, you put that you need the parts to make a flash bomb that I can attach to my wrist in case I need it for quick getaway. Or if you are not comfortable with that, I give you my requisition form, you requisition it under my name, and so you not get in trouble.
No, this is doable. I can do that.
Okay, then one other favor to ask you is a small test, if you will. I need you to take my requisition form and fill it out for me, and I tell you why later.
Finn just gives you like a slow blink. You want me to requisition the gear that you will be using tomorrow?
Yes, and you just put down a sword like I use some sort of leathers for protection, the boots, the hat, the cape, all of such things as you have seen me wear in the past. But I need you to do this for me. It's very important. It's written by your hand. But you can put my name on the form.
Is there anything else, Sorako? But he does take the form.
No, I think that is it for me. Do you require anything? Perhaps some warm tea? Help you sleep?
Good night, Sorako. But one thing. Perhaps you will be sleeping more easily tonight, now that Miss Silkweather is dead, no?
I do not know what makes you say that. Can you not tell I am harrowed by the experience?
Perhaps you just happen to be relieving yourself of some pent-up gas the moment her head was separated from her body, but one could have mistaken it for a sign of relief on your face. No matter, I bid you good night.
Yes, Finn. Good night.
And Sorako is going to just turn around and leave.
I envision, like, Sorako went directly to his room, grabbed his requisition form, and then went directly to Finn's room.
Pretty much.
Finn spends the initial part of the evening filling out, basically he does just need a new dagger for himself. He needs the items to create this wearable flash bomb, essentially, for Sorako, with a couple extra spare pieces. And then on Sorako's form, he makes it very generic, just the sword. The outfit, he does request that the feather in his hat is the feather of a very mature Karak that is just way too big for the hat that he would be wearing. It's just gonna be this, like, ludicrously sized feather with the hat. And then the final thing that he will do, as he's with his requisition forms in hand, he will swing by Yasana's room on his way over to drop them off, and he'll give a short rap at the door.
Yes? You'll hear from inside.
Do you have a moment?
Phineas? A brief one. Come in.
That is all I require. And he'll open the door, let himself in. I understand that today must have been difficult for you. And again, I offer my condolences.
It was disappointing, to say the least.
I unfortunately am here on a different matter. The wolves go to intercept Saria tomorrow. I come merely to follow up on my question of you last night, if perhaps you would allow Zelenia to accompany me.
I believe, Finn, that in light of recent events, I would prefer if she stayed by my side, for the time being. Perhaps after you've done whatever foul deeds you set out to do tomorrow and return, we can broach this topic again.
There is a very clear look of just, like, disappointment on his face, but he nods. Yes. Good night.
I'd lost a friend today, Phineas. I'd prefer to keep the company of at least one other, for the time being.
Of course. Good night. And he will slowly slink back out the door and close it. Then, as he's depositing I'm sure Iris has some sort of just, like, receptacle outside her room to obtain notices and things, so he's not gonna, like, try to hand them to her personally. He's just gonna, like, leave it outside her door or whatever. But as he's standing there, like, he takes a couple moments where he's quite visibly, like, racking his brain, combating something against himself. He puts Sorako's in, and then on his own requisition form, he writes the creature that Yasana has with her. And he puts it in.
God, you're such a dick.
So mean. Poor Yasana.
Fatima arrives at her quarters, is kind of winding things down, grabs requisition forms. She requisitions sort of what she had before. She carries a dagger on her. She carries the sling, the shoelaces, and these sorts of things. So she requisitions her general equipment. And in addition to that, she requisitions a significant amount of stationary tools. So there's paper, pens, things to write down, a map case, a map, really anything that you would need to, if you're planning on constantly being in contact with people. She kind of requisitions those requirements as well before settling down for the night at a cool 7 p.m.
Kai is going to personally turn in her requisition form to Iris, and it will mention on the form the shockcaster that she had previously. And we'll lay that in front of Iris, and we'll say, there you go. So, any special instructions for me on this mission?
Do as you're told. Good night.
I understand, and of course I will. You know me. Although I do have some questions about Valencia. I hope that you could provide some answers.
I find it interesting, guys, that you said you always do as you are told, and here you are, talking still.
Quite. It's just, I feel that with my ailment, I've been out of the loop for a while. Perhaps you can fill me in. It is just my observation with the group that perhaps they're not as loyal as you wish them to be.
I do not need them to be loyal, Kai. I need them to be effective. Loyalty, of course, helps, as you saw with Honor today. Loyalty makes one pliable. I would hope, Kayako, that your loyalty to the company continues to shine forth in your performance.
Absolutely, it is. I'm just worried that Izzy mentioned that pliability, that flexibility of the group can't be as it once was, given the current state of the wolves. Perhaps I can help with it.
Perhaps you can identify a weak point?
It would be my honor. Thank you, Edis.
Very well, and if you are so eager for special assignments, I will expect a fully detailed report upon everyone's activities upon your return, of how they perform, what they do, and how well they take orders. I will be putting one of you in charge of this operation come morning. See to it that everyone follows their orders. To the letter.
To the letter. Thank you, Edis.
Good night, Kai.
Arnor, he didn't have much to requisition, so he returned back and saw that the door was still closed for the chat with Bread. And he's just going to hand the requisition form to the guard and then go tell Valencia the news.
As you attempt to get her attention, she does not answer your calls at her door, but the door is locked this time if you try to enter.
Arnor will just try to speak through the door and hopefully she hears. I know you wish to be left alone, but the plan is to leave in the morning. Perhaps we can get better acquainted and figure out a way to make things better for you. Good night.
You don't hear any response, but as you turn and leave, you feel the slightest tingling as her presence enters your mind, and you just hear, thank you. And then as she severs that connection, you don't take any strain.
Bread will obediently go back to his room and fill out his requisition form and turn it in before midnight as obediently requested of him. You might say he's being a bit obsequious. But he is still very much in this, like, really manic, bad headspace, and I don't even think he's trying to make a secret out of it. He will just go downstairs, outside the fort, and look for whatever freshly dug grave Iris alluded to, Koko.
You find it. It's a little ways away from the fort proper, but it isn't attended. You did have to pass by a guard as you left through a gate or whatever door of your choosing, so your presence moving outside the fort has been clocked, but you are all on your own now.
Is there perchance a shovel nearby?
No.
He will use his bare hands.
Okay. Getting on his hands and knees, Bread stoops down and starts excavating this fresh mound, and it is a shallow grave. Disrespectful, honestly. You start clawing into Koko's skin and clothes before too long.
I think then Bread, sort of attempting to center himself, whatever that looks like, will just reach out to I use 80 gear and see what happens. What he has learned to listen to is like the thoughts and feelings of the dead. That is initially what he thought this was. I'm gonna call it a death rattle kind of thing, of like the last breath, the last thing, the last bit of consciousness that still kind of lingers around a body after it's gone. That's what he tries to tap into, and I think that is just a very, at this point, innate thing that he has learned to do, having been so saturated with death.
As you reach out here, the world around you seems to grow much darker than this night could possibly be. The stars are beyond sight. The torches flickering on the walls of the keep and the fort seem to dim to impossible degrees. And then you hear an angry hiss rising in your ears as you are assaulted. And we'll take 4 strain. Sorry about that.
That's fine. I'll deal with it.
And then rising from this hiss, there is a voice that materializes, just reverberating in your skull as if it's like every word is cracking back and forth between one point and another, threatening to split your head open. And it says, "Why do you disturb me now, sated in the verdant sea? What could you possibly require, whelp? Think ye that I am servant, and ye being master?"
If that's not the case, then why did you answer?
You're gonna take...
It's deserved.
You're gonna take 6 straight. As, if you'd like, you can make a check to stay upright, otherwise Bread will be floored.
No, he'll take it. I think he just collapses and then starts to giggle a little maniacally.
And you feel as if you are being pulled into the dirt that you're laying against. Not as if something is pressing upon your chest, but as if gravity itself is just wrenching you underneath. And there's this rising hiss again, and the words it speaks are unintelligible in a language you don't understand. And then it just... and you feel this pressure off of you.
Bread will stay on the ground, just grinning.
And then quietly, the voice rises in your mind again, a little more subdued, not wishing to inflict pain this time. And it says, "You come to me after cavorting with vile things, cavorting with prey food. You should be seeking forgiveness, not gloating."
Why didn't you tell me about that last meal then?
The prince, was it? Yes. Oh, delicious. Not the prince proper, no, but that which latched to his soul as I cling to yours. Pull your little strings now and again. What would you like to know?
He's quiet for a long time, because he really didn't have a question or a purpose. He just wanted to feel something real. And I think he's sort of just like, shrugging in the dirt, says, "Right, so whether I'm the puppet or not, I'm sure that I am. Will you be honest with me?"
When have I ever lied?
You haven't. Just don't know that I've asked the right questions. What is it that was attached to the prince? Why do you want it? Why do you need to consume it? And what, at the end of the day, is your goal? Why have you picked me to help you? To be your puppet, I should say.
The prince held, unbeknownst to him, a splinter of a fading being, not whole, not powerful, at least not in present, but in potential. That potential, one might say, sated me, bolstered me, and you in turn. This is not an equal partnership, but know that I am grateful for your service. As for choosing you and why indeed, because the one who held you before was weak. And there is just like such resplendent joy in saying that. And your mind is brought back to the display of when you first met this entity and the desolation that was what came before. You have been given names by one, have you not? Warned against them.
Are you asking that as some sort of test because you want me to answer honestly?
I have no need of your answers. I am simply making sure you have the correct recollection. I see what you see. Remember that.
So at the end of this, would you haven't answered my question about exactly what it is that you're wanting? What happens to me?
You continue to fulfill the role of useful servant. There are others, like myself, wandering this chill place we inhabit. There are others like you, mortal, touched by the immortal, with their own plans and purposes. But none of us, dear one, are quite so powerful yet indeed to pursue our goals. No, and such things you would not understand. Such names mean nothing to you. So yes, if you require honesty, I will tell you what you wish to know. But know it will elucidate nothing.
He nods. Guess I can't say I'm surprised. Where are you?
We call it the Grey Plain. This land of many domains, relegated to near non-existence.
Do you have any idea how you got there?
I know exactly how I got here, or rather, how this piece of me got here. You see, even I am but a fragment of a greater whole, one you will aid in the reconstitution thereof. And in doing so, you gain a boon, my gifts of all that you desire. Just as others play about with mortals, too, granting wishes, fulfilling vices. You should be more wary of those you travel with. Don't you know? They plot the same as you and I.
know that now.
The one we touched. The one that defied me. I want him next. Not the women, the weak one, whose petty parasite latches to her heel, keeps her paltry heart beating, will come for her in time. I seek the ichor of Morazil Talar, and you will deliver it to me. Draw it forth, as I will draw him forth from the gloom world where he resides. And he will find no solace in the grey wastes.
Well, if you want me to deliver something to you, a target would be helpful.
As I said, the one we touched, the one who defied me, the inventor. You just feel a tingling, like salivating feeling.
Is it possible for you to extract what you need without me having to kill Finn?
He has made his choice, bound himself to the very same world that you have. To do so is folly for any mortal who wishes to remain so, lest they join the masses huddled beneath the gates of the Amber Citadel.
I suppose I'll see what I can do.
You will do more than that. You travel deep into the heart of Viridian, and you will see the ashes of the Soliera and the Cariador. Their ghosts will assail you. And when you ride upon that metal beast that stalks the jungles, there you will feed him to me. And with that, you feel it fade. The power drawn from Koko's warm body dissipating.
Bread will lay in the dirt for a while, following that. I don't even think that he's thinking. I think he is fully dissociated. After laying in the dirt for a while, will sit up and look at Koko and shake his head and in a way envy her that she is not here anymore dealing with this and got out when she did, in spite of all the things that he's certain that she saw. And he will cover up her body again and go back inside and just absolutely fall asleep. Sleep of the dead without washing up at all.
And with that, night has fallen. Sleep comes easy to some of the wolves, more difficult to others, and all in all, an unsettling darkness falls upon the Ironwood Company fort on the eve of their most dangerous mission yet.